Hello, my crafty friends. Welcome to Crafting and Relaxing. Thank you so much for joining me. This is an updates video. I do them every weekend about what's going on in my craft room and what I'm doing for crafting and relaxing. The weather today, I'm not sure. It could go either way, so we'll see, but I think we're going to be inside. Let me show you what I have laid out. As usual, even if it pours all day, I have plenty of stuff to keep me busy and I don't need to worry about things in the yard. Plenty to do. Let's start with Happy Mail because I have a lot of stuff to cover and we need to get going. Let's see what's in here. So this is from Tony, who is a family friend, and look at this neat envelope. And she has birds and then she put stickers on the back. Super, super cute. Oh, I think I might have shared some of the foam, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who sent it to me, with her because she's new to crafting, and when she saw my Queen & Company foam like this that you could die cut, she was super fascinated by it. It is nice to have a product that already has the adhesive on it. Love the stars and the hello. I don't have that hello. She has the electronic, one of the purple machines, I can't think of what they're called, die cutters. And she got really into die cutting really quickly. She said, this is a dumb card I had around, not a craft card, up to your expectations. I do not have expectations. You could send me whatever you want. She's in Washington State and she's had snow. She got a die and they got confused and sent her two. So she's sharing one with me. And it looks like it's a super cute snowman. Here's the snowman. The hat is precious and the scarf and a heart. And I bet those are eyes and nose. So you can paper piece it. Okay, that's pretty cute. You know I'm not a paper piecer, but I love snowmen. A snowman stamp from Art Impressions is one of the stamps that I have from my original collection in the 90s, and they have reproduced that stamp on clear, but I still have the same one on a wood block. She said she had a cartoon in here she wanted me to see. And in here is my hobby and craft room. Really? What's your hobby? Clutter. I love it. Look at that. She put it on blue for me so I can just put it right up on my wall. Love it. That might be my hobby. I'll show you some more about that pretty soon. Okay, then she put some various die cuts in here for me. I think she's protecting them. I have to be careful with these, so I'm going to take these apart later because I don't want to. Oh, this might be for the pop-up cards. So I'm going to look at this later, see what we have going on there. I just love this. And the snowman, so fun. Really, really cute. And then she wrote me a cute little note. They still have snow when she sent this in Washington State. I did open this a little late because I'm bad about getting mail anywhere, but I didn't get my mail until after I made updates. And then I waited to open it with you guys. Thank you so much, Tony. Love the fun stuff. I am working my way across the original counter that I had installed. The far end of it had gotten really deep. Like I was never getting down to the actual counter. And what I think happened was before we went to the beach, when was that? I don't know, a while ago. I thought I was out of card bases, got a bunch of paper out on the counter to make them, then found some and left it all. In fact, I ordered some on Amazon. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. I try to keep you in the loop, but a lot happens here. I ordered some of the accent opaque, I don't know if it always says digital at the end, the paper that many people use for their card bases. It's supposed to be affordable, which I did find that it was. It's also supposed to be a nice paper. It's a little thicker than that Michael's paper that I buy, which is 110 pounds. So that makes it a little trickier to fold. I have a couple in here that are verticals that I was just experimenting with that paper, and I could tell the difference. It was a little harder to fold, but it's wonderful. It's not quite as smooth, I don't think, as the Michael's paper, which I thought was interesting. And some of you have commented that when I send you a card, you want to know what it is. This Recollections 110 pound, made in China. The packages look the same as their 65 pound cardstock. It's usually on a different aisle. You have to look around, and the 110 only comes in a couple colors. I bought this and I would use the coupons or the sale, so it was very affordable. But there wasn't a sale going on at the time, and I wanted to try this one. But I am surprised. The Accent Opaque Digital is much whiter, but this one is much smoother. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see when I write on the inside how I like it. Anyway, I was cleaning up the counter, so I made card bases because I was out. You're going to see a Smash Our Stash video tomorrow, and I needed a couple card bases for it, and I ran out. Now I'm restocked. We can do cards for other collaborations or friends or whatever, and I made some cream and some white. I make both kinds usually, but I only made 2 verticals, and all the rest are horizontal, meaning they go like this. You could switch them, but I have my logo on the back, so there's no going back. Once you make the card base, it's going that way. And what I do, well, if you want to see how I make my card bases, it's super boring, but I'll show you in another video sometime if you ask. It's like an assembly line process. I stamp them, then I cut them, then I fold them. So got that out of the way. Now I can get crafty and fun. I used up this washi tape that somebody sent me in Happy Mail, and I really wanted to look up who it was and thank them, but I couldn't find it. And I realized I need to maybe write on things when they come, who sent them to me, because, you know, we tuck them away for that perfect project. And then I found this and I used it on had a little bicycle. It said, "Life is a beautiful ride and so much fun." I used it on one of my journals. Thank you very much, and my apologies. Sometimes you put so many wonderful things in the same package, just like in Tony's package. She has this, she has the die. It's hard to remember all that came, but thank you, thank you. And as I've been tidying up, I've been using little bits of stuff and then decorating my little journal, and I just love this. And it was sitting on the counter, and I thought, oh, I need to put that in my book. And then one of you, I don't think it was Emily, I think it was somebody else, sent me this little sticker, "Springtime's back," and that's exactly how I'm feeling these days. So I've just been decorating this little journal that Emily sent me, and I love her dye job. It is so much nicer than mine. I'm going to dye paper as well as she does someday, but I'm not there yet. And I love the little bookmarker with the string and the beads that she has. So I'm having fun with that. I don't always do a flip, so sometimes you miss that. I made a bunch of these pockets for journals, and I got the idea from Bonnie and Clive, and that is a fabulous junk journal journaling channel here on YouTube. And it is a book page, and she has a tutorial. I'll tell you that I'll try and remember to link. How about that? And it's a book page. I have lots of old books. I inked them up. I made these while I was watching TV. And you can fold them 2 different ways, depending on how you think you might want them on the page. I used a couple different sizes, 2 different inks. Had a great time making them. And I thought I would just put them in where I keep my tags and other things that I might want to decorate journals with. If I use them, I'll make more and learn from them. I decorated one with vintage photo, finally opened it and used it, and the other one with peacock feathers, because, you know, teal goes with everything I make. Those are fun, and you'll see a couple of those in an upcoming video decorated up. I have a pile of dies and stuff that I want to use, maybe for Joy of Blue. I don't know what I'm making for Joy of Blue yet, but I've been working my way down the counter and saying, am I going to put it away? Am I going to use it? What's going on? Speaking of dies, I think we need to talk about sticky specs. These are adhesive products that you can use for attaching die cuts. I love the idea of sticky specs. I love the idea that you could keep all your dies in a little container or book or whatever, and then take this and press it down. And I think this one would work pretty well because it's a large flat area. But I am having a heck of a time with this die as an example. It is narrow, and that's the exact kind of dies that I wanted this for, is the ones that are hard to put glue on. I think this is a Hero Arts die. It's a nice die. When it cuts, it embosses a little bit. So what happens is the die, and you can see it a little bit on this one too, the edge comes down lower, and then the rest of the die is almost concave. And that's what happens with this one. It embosses a nice hello and cuts it out. Well, the sticky specks don't touch the center. So when I used this die yesterday or the day before and put it on there, I just ended up with sticky specks around the very edge where they showed, and they were driving me crazy. I think that I'm having better luck when I put the score tape on the paper and then cut. But I love the idea of these. If some of you are pressing them in a certain way, if you lean to the left, if you use a brayer, maybe you use a pokey tool and go. If you have tricks, I'd love to hear them, because there's a lot of sticky specks in my house and it's not the be all end all adhesive that I was hoping it would be. I love the idea of it though. I want to have piles of die cuts and then add the adhesive at the last minute for whatever project I want. But it's just not really panning out that way. In this scenario, it has to be used right away. The backing usually doesn't stick, it's sticky. You can't do a bunch of these and set them aside for later. Let's talk about laundry soap for 2 seconds. I have switched to this no plastic laundry soap. I'm in love with it. I am shocked at how many brands I'm seeing advertised in YouTube and Instagram. Tons and tons and tons. They're just pushing them at us as fast as they can. When I bought this, when was this? We talked about this maybe a month ago. I researched like crazy. I went on the websites and I researched. True Earth is made in Canada. It says all the right things. I don't know a lot about healthy like granola products, but it's phosphate free, biodegradable, seems good. And made in Canada. Research a brand. If you're going to switch to this kind of soap, especially because I said it, I really, really want you to research a brand. I found another one. Their website was like sunshine and daisies, saving the planet, da da da. I've tried to contact those people twice and ask them where their soap is made, and I can't find the answer anywhere, and they didn't answer me either time. And I contacted them 2 different ways, 2 different email addresses. Be sure you're asking all the right questions. My concern is, if it's not manufactured somewhere where they're picky about the specs, then it's probably not really everything they're telling you. Plus, there's that whole shipping it all the way around the planet again thing, right? For me, Canada works out good. It's the same continent. We're close. I still have these journals. I still haven't finished the class, but I am super excited. Updates is sort of cumulative. So if you want to watch the last one, if you see something you want to know more about, you have to go back sometimes. This, I think, is a case of the class is fabulous, has tons and tons of material, the Southern Gals design class. Also, it's scary. It's new to me. And in your brain, you build it up like, oh, I have to have some time. And that's why I showed you that art journaling video and how I just took my arm and cleared the counter. I don't need a lot of time. There are segments in that class that I have already watched that I know are like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and they're not scary. Tiffany's not scary. So I said I'm going to do at least 1 segment today. Even if I don't have time to finish the whole class, I'm going to do 1 segment. This journal we need to talk about because it has been a goals nemesis, I think. When I wrote my goals for 2020, I had an art journal page a month. I have 2 Dina Wakley journals that are not finished. I'm not a very experienced art journaling person. I really have to work up to it. I make a giant mess. It takes me at least an hour probably to make a page, and then there's cleanup and all of that. When I wrote my goals for 2021, I removed the art journaling page goal and just changed it to mixed media because I thought, well, I need to learn and practice. But what I realized was this journal would still remain in my house nearly unused if I didn't have a page requirement. Be sure to look at your goals, personal goals, health goals, exercise goals, crafty goals, and be sure they're going to get you where you want to be. If at the end of 2021, this journal is still in the not completed state that it's been in for like 2 years, then I won't feel like the year was a success. Quite honestly, I want to buy Dina's blue journal, and because I haven't finished the others and I'm working at a snail's pace, I just told myself I couldn't. It's just, I have to use one of them or at least make them both nearly done. Think about your goals and if they're getting you where you want or if they were just easy or convenient, or maybe somebody else had that goal so you thought it was a good idea. Really think about when you sit down and drink a hot toddy or a hot chocolate with marshmallow cream on top of it. Uh-oh, there's stuff in my coffee. On December 31st, what do you want to be able to say you did and got done in 2021? And be sure your goals are getting you there. I know, today's a lot, I'm telling you. I'm going to show you a super exciting craft room update. I should have told you that earlier. A car alarm went off, so we had a little bit of an intermission. And you guys, I'm not sure Wilson's feeling great today. He made me get up really early. He's kind of off. But we have new neighbors moving in, so he told me about it at 12:30. So maybe he's just tired, but I don't know. He just doesn't seem quite right. So I'm going to keep an eye on him today too. Now I'm going to show you my big exciting news. Check this out. Last weekend, at the end of the video, I was, I'm going to say whining a little bit about my lighting situation because I had a bulb out, and this is how we solved it. It is a 4, 6, I don't know, giant light. It is LED. It is super, super bright, like face of the sun bright. So normally when I film a video, I have that lamp on. It has 3 settings cranked up. Then I pull it down here as far as I can. I don't even have that lamp on, and I'm in love with this thing. What happened was Mr. Crafting and Relaxing, a bulb burned out. Then he replaced it with a soft white. So one side of the little round fixture, I'll put a thing so you can see the before, had the old yellowy kind, and one was super bright white. That's one thing you can do in your craft room is buy the bright white, super bright white lamps. They're like a bluish light, not yellow. Those make a big difference. So he was gonna go buy me a bulb because we looked everywhere, went through all the lamps, couldn't steal one. And then we decided, let's upgrade. Now what he said is, because this is LED, and it was about $100. Sorry, I can't remember if it was a little under or a little over. It was just a matter of taking the old one down, putting it up. It made a giant mess. Clean up underneath, vacuum, and have the vacuum handy if you do this. But what he said is they're set up so you can string them, and they're LED so they don't use as much power. So I'm envisioning one here too. And I think when he said string, he meant go up through the ceiling, come down. And then there would be one right here. Now, that's still going to be a bit of a problem for filming. And the issue that he and I talked about is if he puts one, trying not to make you dizzy, up there on the ceiling, my camera bracket is going to make a shadow. But in theory, maybe these 2 lamps would wipe that out for you, and then you would get to see, and it would be wonderful. The new light is so bright that I don't even have to turn on all the lamps. I can flip one switch, come in here and start having fun. I do feel sorry for Wilson because when he is taking a nap, it is face of the sun bright in here when I flip that switch. Have a great weekend. I hope you take time for crafting and relaxing, and that everybody's doing wonderfully. I think Wilson and I are going to get a little rest because he made us get up early, and then hopefully he'll perk up and we will just be crafting. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.